intelligence. However, it wasn't always like it is today. About 2,000 years ago, a guy named Ptolemy thought that the universe revolved around the Earth. And it wasn't until about 500 years ago that people realized, hey, maybe this Earth isn't flat.
Sure, that was the Stone Age, but it's still been a slow process for man. But even the past 100 years has been filled with misguided wisdom. Check it. In 1899, the Patent Office president was ready to close up shop because, according to him, everything that could be invented had been. Gosh, I can't think of anything that's been invented since then. Let me think. Anyway, or how about Wilbur Wright in 1901 saying man would not fly for 50 years? Wilbur, thanks for the first successful flight only a couple years after he said that. Oh, here's a favorite of mine. In 1908, Henry Ford's lawyer said, the horse is here to stay. The automobile is only a novelty, a fad. Wow, you got two things wrong in one quote, and undermine your client's work. That's impressive. Well, you know this one. A technical journal said, and I quote, the Titanic is made practically unsinkable, except for the fact that it sank. And that last part was me, not the quote. Or how about when Henry M. Warner of Warner Brothers asked a doozy? He said, who wants to hear actors talk? I'm like, everybody, unless it's a Keanu movie. Or this, the father of radio said in 1967, man will never reach the moon, regardless of all future scientific advances. This quote became garbage 2 years later. Or how about the founder of IBM, who once said, there is a world market for maybe 5 computers. Add about 8 zeros and you hit it right on the head, buddy. Okay, that's enough. Now look, I realize some of these comments were somewhat recent, but here's the cool part. I think the tide has finally turned and we have reached a state of enlightenment. Because honestly, we're stinking smart. Now, it is okay to say that man has all the answers. I mean, hey, what's that? Wait, hang on, I can't read this backwards, let me see. What? This is ridiculous. Hey, who put this here? Hey, Tony, well, go find out. This is crazy, guys. Is this a joke? No, of course I'm mad. This is ridiculous. Oh, yeah? Well, we'll just see about that, won't we? Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm out of here, pal. Hey, move. I'm gone. I am gone.
Just a few more examples of what we were talking about. One more. There were 2 guys in a car. Both had road rage. One guy started arguing with another guy. Well, eventually, it became something else. So one guy stepped out of his car, went ahead and challenged the other person. Well, it turns out the dude looked like an army man, with the muscles upon muscles, and just happened about 6'5". So, not his smartest battle to pick. But, from there, we know for a fact, we say some silly things. We do some crazy stuff. We're not the smartest people in the world. Trust me, I'm right along there with them. Mom and dads, have you guys, or anybody, have you guys ever hit your thumb with a hammer? What's the first thing that comes out your mouth? I don't want to know. For myself, it's usually entails my lip bleeding directly after, because I bite it so hard. But I'm really familiar with that. We laugh at this kind of stuff because we think it's kind of funny, but is it really? Let's turn real quick to 1 Peter, chapter 7, and 1 Peter, chapter 4, verses 7 through 11. When you get there, say amen. This simply talks about serving for God's glory. It says, but the end of all things is at hand. Therefore be serious and watchful in your prayers. And above all things, have fervent love for one another. For love will cover a multitude of sins. Be hospitable to one another without grumbling, as each one has received a gift. Minister to one another. As good stewards of of the manifold of grace. If anyone speaks, let him speak as the oracle of God. Let's stop right there for a second. How are we supposed to carry our speech? We know that no matter what we do in this world, we're supposed to witnesses for who? For God. Miss Bethany Jones, who's not here right now, has a quote that I like so much. It says, "In everything you do, be a witness for God." And when necessary, use words. Many, many times I said something that I shouldn't have said. That's probably what got me in so much trouble as a kid. My father always said, think before you speak. You guys ever heard that? That was not my motto. I spoke before I thought. And that's probably why, at 18 years old, I had to thank him for all the spankings he gave me. But still, it would have saved me a lot of trouble in life if I'd learned this early. The youth in this room, take a hint from me. Practice it now. Okay? The voice box does not work until we get the signal from the brain. So, if I just, I accidentally said something. Well, it wasn't an accident. You kind of thought at first and then traveled from there all the way out here, and it came out. Remember one time, I just got my restricted license at 16 years old. And if you guys know me at all, I'm not a smart aleck person. I was driving down the road, my daddy said something to me I didn't appreciate. Don't try this at home. So I said something smart back to him. Next thing I know, with my amazing peripheral vision, I seen something flying across the car. Turned out to be his hand. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I'll run this car into a light pole. Not the smartest thing to say. He said, be my guest, I have insurance on it. But of course, I wasn't known. So, everything calmed down. It was like 2 seconds later. And I seen the hand coming back across the car. Right across my mouth. Well, my butt didn't do the talking, so I think I kind of deserved that a little bit. But we'll come back to the rest of verse 11 in just a few minutes, guys. We got to remember, number one, we got to think about what we say before we say it. Because if you say something, there's no way you can hook it, bring it back in, and hit rewind. Agreed? We don't think of the consequences of our words in today's society. A lot of people say things to hurt people's feelings. You guys ever heard the old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me? It doesn't quite work that way. Maybe not physically, but words can hurt people. But we need to learn to think to ourselves no matter what we are thinking.